Hello everyone, Matthew97657 here, and today we are back with yet another figure unboxing and review. And as the title and thumbnail suggests, this is going to be the SH Monsterarts Jet Jaguar from Godzilla Singular Point, the anime that released last year. So, with that, nothing more to it than to get on right on into it. So, let's go ahead and crack this guy open. I received this guy from Awesome Collector, one of the sites I would say is a go-to, honestly. I've been shopping there for 3 years, almost 4 years now. So I trust him well enough, the man that runs the show. So let's go ahead and get on into it. And if you have any questions upon that, feel free to let me know. I think as of right now, as the video goes up, this guy is still available from that website, and I'm sure he's available from other retailers as well. So pick who you must. I'm not sure. But pick who you feel is right. There you go. Although I will say, it looks like he kind of got a little damaged through whatever mail service it was. I think it was UPS, maybe? So, hopefully the box that is containing him didn't get too damaged, but we'll see. Alright, and so here we have our little box here. I'm going to go ahead and take out some of this. No? Okay. I'm going to flip it here. All right. Thank you, Mr. Box. You've done your purpose. And here we are. So there is our nice box right there. And then we're going to go ahead and unravel. All right. How does he look, y'all? Does he look cool? I hope he does, because I'm looking forward to this. But boom. This is our box here, the Monsterarts Jet Jaguar from Singular Point, with him holding the Anguirus Spear. As you can see, we've got all of our brands, Bandai, Tamashii Nations, Godzilla trademarks, and Singular Point as well. So, another angle of the figure holding the spear, just promotional images. And then on the back here, we have some more promotional images. We see him with the spear, him fighting Godzilla Ultima, him with his little jet gear on. I don't know the exact translation for the name of what that is. A mobilization gear maybe. And then we have Yun Arikawa as a little figure as well. And then we've got that. And then on the back, on the bottom, just another promotional image. So let's go ahead and get right on to it. The box got a little dinked up, but it's okay. I honestly don't keep the boxes anymore. I keep the covers of the boxes, but I don't keep the full box. It just takes way too much space. But nonetheless, here you guys go. Get a good look at him there. I'm going to go pull out everything. It looks like just the figure, and then we have an instruction manual as well. So hopefully this video won't be too crazy, right? I have heard some reviews on him just from the initial release in Japan and in the US as well. So, okay, we're going to be careful because I think it's like a PVC that he's made out of, right? But here is the Anguirus Spear, and oh man, it's pretty big. Like, this is my hand, and look at that. It's pretty much, like, if we're going to compare my hand like that, it's almost to my my index finger there. So, the Anguirus Spear here is pretty big. It is sharp because it's, you know, a spear. Very cool nonetheless. So we'll go ahead and have that there. Now this is the hilt, if you will. And then these are the instructions that come with it. Just telling you what to do. So it looks like that's the spear. And then on here, this is like the mobilization unit that he gets. So let's see. He comes with, okay, I'm learning. So we've got two different hands. This one looks to be a grabbing hand, I want to say. No, I don't know what hand that is. This is definitely a grabbing hand. We have we have two sets of the grab, and then two sets of this, although I'm not really sure what this is for. These hands, it's kind of like together and then one's out. So maybe I need to look at an image for that. And then just to take out all the accessories here, we have our little Yun Arikawa here. He looks kind of funny, unpainted and such. We have the little chair that he was in when he was with Jet. He has a little peg on his back. He's also got a little bit of articulation in the legs, so you can make him sit down. Isn't that pretty cool, right? So I think it's as easy as pegging him in there. Maybe? Question mark? Who knows? We'll get to him later. This is the unit that I guess holds the accelerator. Okay, this is pretty cool, but I'm very scared to handle this. We'll leave that to the side there. And then lastly, it looks like we have a little piece, a little flight piece, and then we also have a little base as well. And then here we go. Oh my, I almost missed that. But nonetheless, I want to be very careful with him here. Here he is. We're just going to put him in a nice standing motion there. And this, his little antennas, are in the box. They're very small and they're not covered up. So be very careful with that. Right? Little antenna guys there. And that should be it from everything here. He's wrapped on his joints. Now, the one thing I did hear about this figure was that people were experiencing his elbow joint would crack, which if it happens, right, I mean, I can't really do much more about it, but we're just going to be as gentle as we can with it. We're going to pull out our little plastic from under his arm and above his arm. Okay, so we have that very nicely done. And yeah, so very scary. I know he's kind of like in a weird pose, but oh, yeah, because it's kind of got like a rubbery effect there. So very gentle, right? We're just going to kind of get him in a cool, maybe little cool pose. No cracks, please. This is definitely an interesting figure, though. I don't think I've had a Monsterarts this thin. Not to say that he feels cheap, but he definitely does feel thin. As you can see how I'm just like going about, right? I'm having some trouble getting some stability here. Distribute the weight forward. Okay. So yeah, it even tells you there's a warning. It's very delicate, so don't just like throw them out and about. Okay. I didn't think this video was going to be like this. So it looks like there's something on the bottom. I guess, yeah, I guess that little peg is where his flight stand goes into. You can choose whatever arms you want simply by taking them off here. So that seems easy enough. We have our little case here, as you can see, right? And it says from here, you just kind of apply it. So we're just gonna very gently do that. Nope, okay, so I think it is this way. Just gonna very gently do that. I can't tell if it's in though. A little scared. Slide in maybe. Okay, so yes, you just kind of put it in. You'll definitely know when it's in. I think this is for the jetpack. No, it's not. Wait, is it now? Whoa, okay. No, it's not. So this is just how he is, right? This is just like his tank, I guess. I don't know. I really don't know. I'm trying though, so please bear with me. But yeah, I'm very scared to mess with him. It says that his elbow joint and his ankle joints are delicate. Same with the propellers here, that they are also delicate, so it's not wise to be throwing them around everywhere and stuff. But so this is how he looks here. What we're gonna do is I'm going to get through the main articulation, and then I'm going to get through the accessories as well. So as best as I can, I'm going to try and get through this here. So first we have the head, right, connected with this blue piece. It looks almost like it's rubbery. He can go down, he can go up, and then he can kind of turn his head, right? So very cool. And then on the arms here, right, we have more of that rubbery kind of material. And I'm not gonna go too crazy, but he can go up, and as you can see here, more rubber to kind of get the translation in. So you can lock like straight, you can come down. You can probably keep pushing it, but we're not going to just for the sake of it. But in general, at the elbow, you can turn it 360. And then I wanna say there's this piece here, which can also turn 360 as well. And obviously the hands, they can turn as well. So that goes it for the arm. And then his body is on a swivel. It's like a circle swivel piece. If you can see it where his abs would be right there, that he swivels on that. So that's actually very interesting. I'm very, very interested in this figure. I really like how it's going about. It's very not traditional from like, you know, our other Monsterarts figures. So I think that's pretty cool on its own, right? So we have that, as you saw, I went a full 360, and then we have, I guess this is like his hip, a hip piece that can kind of come up, down. Okay, it's kind of, I don't want to get too crazy. I kind of got a little bit of resistance, and then this is where his knee is. Same here, it said this part is delicate, right? You can have him kick almost all the way up, come back as well. So very cool. And then on the foot, we have two foot pieces here. We have this one, the front foot, and then what would be his heel there. So you can kind of play around with that as a whole. And yeah, I want to say that's it. Like I said, it's not like insane like amount of articulations, but I think it's what they could get out of it. So that's a semi cool pose, if I will. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and start the accessory stuff because I don't want to drag this video on too long. I don't want y'all guys to see me. Blah, 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 all right. So when we come back, we'll have the spear fully assembled. We'll have Yun Arikawa in his seat. We'll have a different hands holding the spear, and we'll have his antennas on, and then maybe even and then we'll see how this guy works as well. So here we go. Let's do this. All right, and we are back with the spear here, fully assembled with Jet holding him. And as you can see, I got it to work pretty much. A little guideline on how you apply this thing. If the instruction manual will tell you, but there's two pieces to the spear, the actual spear and then the hilt. So you just take it off, and then what you do is you get your closed-fisted hand accessory, right? And then you slide the spear, you slide this through the spear to act as if he's holding it, and you just attach it as so. And so it looks very nice. I'm not going to lie, the spear definitely looks really good with him. The only thing is it's really heavy for him, so it's easy for it to fall. So you kind of have to position it in a way to where you can get both of them to stand with one another. If you think you had problems standing with him, then the spear added on kind of adds some more to it as well. But nonetheless, I think it looks very, very nice. So with that, right, as I was saying, right, that there, and then you just take off the spear piece, and then if you want, you can add a second one as well for him to hold both sides. I guess you just have to space them out. But yeah, that's it. You take it off, and once you're ready to put it back on, you can see the mold on how it fits here. You just reapply it, and then you reattach it. Simple, right? So there's that. We're gonna go ahead and start this here. I'm gonna go ahead and cut to this being fully assembled, and I'll give explanations on how things work as well. So, all right, and with that, here we are with the fully assembled propeller jet engine set. So as you can see, I changed out his little antennas here that were on the base mold. You got them from the box. Very, very easy to lose, but just make sure that you don't lose them. So you take off these two pieces. It's very, very simple. You just kind of get your fingernail in there and just kind of pop it out, and then you just put the mold piece where it was there as well. So Very, very nice, right? And then this is all just one gigantic piece, and then these guys spin as well. And then you might want to use, I think you have to use the stand here to support the weight of it, because if not, he's just going to fall over. So these, I do believe, have some form of articulation. You can just move them up and then move them down, right? So that's pretty cool in itself. But yeah, for a quick assembly, all you have to do is take off the pieces, right? So that's him kind of naked in a sense on the back with the two pieces, and then you just apply where they would once go. And just gently put it in, and you'll kind of hear it kick in, and just like that, you are done with that. And then you just put on the stand piece, and same idea with the head, right? You just kind of pop those guys off and then pop the new ones in. It's really, really simple. So there's that. And then lastly, we have our little mini Yun Arikawa as well. So what you do with this guy is you see that little peg piece, then you also can notice there's that little piece you can take out as well. So you kind of just get your fingernail in there, right? That, and then you just plug them in. Oh, and he fell out of his seat. Okay, well, he fell out of his seat, but you guys kind of get the idea, right? Oh, there he goes. So the seat is in place, and yeah, you can just kind of pop him back in there, and I want to say that's it. There we go. Pop him back in there, and he looks, oh, and then he looks very cool with him. So that's all so cool in itself. But yes, that's it for the jet accessory mode, or the propeller piece. Simple, right? Like I said, all you have to do is take off this set here that you have, and then you put it on, and then you give it the flight stand, and if you want, you can add a little Yun as well. So with that, we're going to go back to our normal jet, and then we're going to start some size comparisons and wrap up the video. All right, and as you can see, we already have our Godzilla Ultima from the Monsterarts line lined up with Jet here, and we're going to go ahead and get him a little bit closer. I don't want to mess with the accessories too much, but as you can see, Jet standing a little bit shorter than Ultima here, which is, I guess you would say, to be expected. But I think they scale very well. Obviously, during the final fight of the show, move his arm down just a little bit. During the final fight of the show, maybe Jet's a little, like he's actually on scale with him. Maybe if we want to get super intense about it, it's not as accurate, but I think it looks very cool nonetheless. So there's Ultima there, right? And then there's our Jet once again from that profile. And we'll switch to this side. And lastly, the back end as well. Oh. As you may see from the way that I'm posing the Jet Jaguar, he kind of has to lean forward a little bit. I think that's just to distribute the weight. I think that's just to distribute the weight on it. But besides that, I think that's kind of the only standing issue he has. At first, here we have the beta version, I believe, that we see for a little bit. This is the Bandai figure, right? So I think at first I was struggling very hard to try and get this guy to stand, and then I kind of just had to, mess with him. I had to just kind of learn how he operated, because this is not like a traditional Monsterarts figure by any mean, right? It's not, right? There's nothing more I can really say besides that. But even then, I think that this figure is very nice. I think so. There might be some criticism upon it, which is totally fair. I can understand why people might have the things they say, like it's very flimsy and stuff like that. But I think I really like this figure. The more I kind of mess around with him, the more I kind of, like, oh, okay, so that's how this works. Especially with the articulation that uses like the rubber, just the rubber pieces. Because I mean, as far as I know, right, and please correct me if I'm wrong, I don't really think another Monsterarts uses rubbery materials like that, like to this extent, right? You can kind of say, oh, well, the kitty tail might have some rubber. But like to this extent where like it's playing a part in the actual like articulation, right? Like it's bending with it, like it can pop out. Like you can get some like really, really close pieces of articulation like that. I think that's very cool the way they did that. And I think it just fits Jet Jaguar from the singular point. character model as well. So this is kind of like one of the only reasons I see them using like these rubbery pieces, right? We have one on the shoulders, one where the elbow is. We have like a coil and then wire, just to give it that extra little like technological touch. So I think that's super cool. But that's going to go ahead and wrap it up. As we saw the comparisons, we did the Monsterarts Ultima, we did the Salunga movie monster series, the Jaguar Beta movie monster series, and then the Ultima movie monster series as well. So I think that's going to wrap it up. I'm going to go ahead and show you guys what this guy came with. So he came with 3 sets of hands. So you get 2, obviously. You get one where they're closed like this in a fist to hold the spear. You get this one, which is the base, where his hands are all open, more of like a grabbing motion. And this one, I still don't really know exactly how or what this is supposed to be. Maybe if he's trying to grab something and he's already like contacting it. We have the Anguirus spear here, which is very long and very heavy for the figure, but very cool nonetheless. Very detailed as well, as we see there. We have 2 antenna pieces that you can sub out on his head if they're very small. I'm sorry. You can sub out if you want to give him in that flying pose like we saw earlier. We have a little chair with Yun Arikawa as well. And then lastly, we have the propellers, the propeller jet for him, and then the flight stand, or just the stand to hold it so that the figure doesn't weigh itself over it. So there we are. I'll be honest, this is the first figure that I actually recorded a full review and unboxing, and I wasn't satisfied with my review. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this second part of it. I just wasn't satisfied with the way I did it when I recorded this originally. This is just the morning after. Like as you can see, there's probably different camera angles, and I'm probably a little bit more different in terms of personality because of just how tired I was beforehand. But this is the first one where I was like, no, I think I can do a little bit better. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. I would really appreciate if you let me know how you guys felt on the video, you know, doing a little bit more jump cuts instead of just me messing with it real time and then just kind of like fumbling. But if you enjoy that, just let me know and I'll keep doing that. It's not a problem with me. So yes, this is our Jet Jaguar here. Let me know what you guys think as usual. And news coverage will be in another video. I think this guy is wrapping up too long, but news coverage will be in another video whenever that may be. So stay tuned for that. There's some news, not too much, but there's some news on some of the figures that are coming out here in the later half of the year and into next year as well. So lastly, as I always do, thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys in the next video. See ya.